This is a field review. This is of the Ravin R29 and the Oracle X Crossbow scope. I've had the Ravin R29 for 2 years now. I have had the Oracle scope for a year. So this is just a quick review. The Ravin R29, awesome crossbow. I had an issue where the crank, wasn't able to release the crank. I called Ravin, they worked with me. They said that there's like a little clutch mechanism inside the crank that wasn't allowing me to get to the next tooth to release it. So if you have problems with that, you can contact them. They'll send you a new crank out. The Oracle X Crossbow scope, I'll say right up front, awesome, absolutely awesome. Where you've got the rangefinder, put the dot on it and let it fly. I found 2 issues with it though. One, sighting it in. You really need to pay specific attention to the sight-in process. If you start thinking about where you left your bow into position and you don't exit a menu, you can get messed up pretty easy. I ended up losing 4 bolts in my tuning process. Maybe it's me, but I spoke with a friend of mine who's got it, and he kind of went through the same problems. And so just letting you know that you got to pay attention to details when you're sighting it in. And I also recommend you having a backstop. That way, if your arrow hits the backstop, you're not going to lose your bolts. It can be pretty costly. When you get out to 80, 90, 100 yards, like I was doing, they still get buried, and you can lose them in the field. So pay attention to the sight-in process. After a year, the battery was dead already. Well, I don't know why, 'cause it's supposed to auto turn off. So that's okay. Trying to get the battery cover off is a nightmare. I don't have big hands, as you can tell. So getting the fingers down here, you probably can't see it, but down here in the bolt cover is brutal. So what you have to do is you have to flip this cover up, this little latch, and get your fingers in there. Well, it's easier to get it off than it is to get it on. When you get it on, you got to be careful not to cross thread it. So I ended up designing a tool for this, and it was a pretty simple tool. I made it out of wood. Okay, it's a wood, it's, I don't know, 10 inches, 11 inches long, and you can see, if you look, I made it just like the cap. And basically you flip that out, you slide this down over the cap, push it on, and then you can unscrew this. And when you put it on, if you hold your bow like this, right, you can unscrew it, and then it'll hold the cover. As you can see, it's on itself by itself. You just push down, put it in there, and you just slowly put it in there. Okay, of course you need a good, and that's it. Flap it down and you're done. Works really well. So I'd recommend creating a tool like this. Other than that, the scope is awesome, the bow is awesome, and it's a great combination. I shot 2 deer with it so far, a 7-pointer and an 8-pointer, so definitely a good combination. I'd highly recommend it.